everybody, it's Nancy from Runner Girl Designs. Hope you're having a really good day. If it what says was live above my head, you're catching the replay, so type hashtag replay below and that way I can welcome you. Keyword today is nautical, so we are going to make a nautical design today. We're going to use some products from the new launch that happened on the 1st. So when you get here, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. Also, if you're not in my broadcast channel, that's where you want to be for live notifications. So if you missed this live and you want to be live, just make sure you get in that broadcast channel. It's on my main page. You can get that link there. Or type the keyword, check your messages, click notify when live, and that's where I will notify you. Make sure you update that every so often, even if you've already done it, because sometimes you need to re-opt in, okay? So if you feel like you're not getting the messages like you should, feel free to do that. All right, I think I got everyone. Hello, Vicky Little and Mary Hardy and Florine. How are you, Janet? Hi, Janet. And hello. Hi, Sissy. How are you? Okay, let's get started. I'll get going and then we can chat. We're going to use this new size ink mat, you guys. How exciting is this? Hi, Susan. How are you? Have you had a good day? So this is a 9x12 ink mat. Now, I said the other day, this particular ink mat, you guys, it will sell out, I'm sure. Only because, and I only say that because all the ink mats always sell out. And this, if you love to make shirts or tea towels or whatever, this is the perfect size. 9x12 is going to be your absolute perfect size to have as an ink mat if you like to make those items. There is a bigger one, but I'm just telling you these are great. Hello, Riley. How are you? And let's see who else is on. Susan, Teresa, welcome. Oh, good. I'm glad you're having a good day. Now, the ink mat's going to come with this protective top. Ooh, this is super sticky. I haven't bought an ink mat in a long time. You want to keep this because when you are done, you're going to want to put it right back on. Wow, is that sticky? Sticky. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, you poor thing. I hope you're good. Okay, so keep this. This part goes on top, okay? So when you put it down, you want to make sure you can read this when you're done. Hi, Kathy Lang. Thank you for asking. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, you can. My race went well. I feel like I'm out of retirement now. I'm not. Am I out of retirement? I don't know. It went very well. Thank you for asking. All right, I am just figuring out where I want to put this inside. So we're going to use this tote bag. This is a new bag offered in my shop. It is available, but you can do this design on any tote bag you like. If you type the word nautical, this will be in the cart link. Okay, so why did I try to do that in the hardest way? So I'm going to stick this in the right corner. And we'll just move the ink mat around as we do the design, okay? All right. Is that far enough over? It's not really far enough over. Thank you. You know what? Honestly, it was just fun to race, which I have not done in so long. I've just sort of been, it's been over 2 years. The last race I did, you guys, was March. 2 years ago, March. Hang on. There we go. Now I can get it in the corner. 2 years ago, March, I did a marathon for the Oklahoma City Memorial thing. And I swore I wasn't going to do any more marathons, that I was just going to run shorter distances, and then I haven't run any other distances. Just a little bit at home, okay? Just a little, like, you know, running on my own, no races. And today I was all amped up, and then it went well. I took 8th in my age group, so that was pretty good. Thank you for sprinkling. Janet said I got that ink of the month not knowing it was ink. Oh, well, you can use it as paste, and maybe I will, like, in other projects, Janet, and I'll show you how you can use it, okay? I'll come up with something. Thank you, Darlene. How are Darlene, we're live. We are live, live, live. Okay, so we're going to use two transfers today. We're going to use this one. This is called Nautical Knots pattern, okay, and it is repeatable. And I'm going to have to probably do it 4 times, but here we go. Hi, Denise. I am a little tired from the race. I said to Jace, well, I had all this stuff I need to do. Well, I want to get done. But we went to breakfast after, and I said, well, you know what? Do I really need to go all the way to the edge? Sorry, I'm trailing off, but we're going to get this just close, I think. But we're going to take it all the way to the bottom. Anyway, I knew once I got it, well, I always take a bath. You guys, I'm not a shower person. I'm a bath person. I knew once I got out of the bath that I would be so tired. So I was kind of tired. I watched a movie on Netflix. I highly recommend it. It's called The Nonas. Vince Vaughn is in it, and I didn't know this till the very end when the credits came up, but it's based on a true story. It's less than 2 hours long. Go watch it. It was awesome. So yes, I was very tired and a little dehydrated, I think. But let me just make sure I'm only going to have to do this twice. Yeah, it'll be fine. But, what was I saying? Anyhow, but I rested, I had some soda, and now I'm wide awake. So here we go. Thank you, guys. Okay, so we are going to do this nautical pattern. I'm going to stick to these 3 colors. So we're going to use all ink today. You can use paste on your tote bags if you don't plan to wash them, but I'm going to use ink. I'm going to use Candy Apple Nominee, the Black Velvet, and then this month's color of the month, Ever After. So I hope you love this idea. Okay, I'm just thinking. I'm kind of rethinking my design in my head right now. So you don't have to use that lint mat when you're using it on cloth. Nope, you absolutely do not. You do not, because you want it to stick as much as possible, Janet. The good question. Okay, originally I was going to do the rope in red. But now I'm kind of wondering if I should do it in Nominee. Okay, I think I'm going to switch my mind to Nominee. Okay? We'll see if we end up using the red or not. Okay, so we have Nominee ink. Let's hope I have enough. I say that, but now do I have enough? I probably will. We're gonna hope. We're gonna a little praying, a little hoping. Here we go. We're gonna do Nominee. I think it's gonna be cool. Hi, Pam Powers. This is Nominee. This feels like it's shimmer silver. It feels like silver. I mean, not silver. It feels like it's not Nominee, like it's shimmer gold. Hang on. I'm wondering if I switched my... It is shimmer gold. Ha! Hang on, I grabbed the wrong one. This is why it was weird. I knew it looked different. All right, we are going to go ahead. We'll do this over it. It's fine. Sorry, guys. I grabbed the wrong one. That was shimmer gold. Not Nominee at all. And we're going to just go over this and see how it goes. May look a little different here. I may have to reline it up and do it again, but we'll see. Okay, so we're using Nominee. You could totally use shimmer gold if you want. That just wasn't my intention. Eileen from Maryland. Denise says, hang on, Denise. I'm trying to read your comment, but just give me a second here. Can't wait to get my color of the month. My package is taking a road trip. Apparently, it was supposed to be here. You know what? That happens sometimes. Tried to place an order, but there were no place to put the code, Mom. Yes, Vicki, there is a place to put the code. It is, I believe. So, guys, when you're going to put that code in, so what Vicki's talking about, in case you don't know, starting yesterday through the 14th, you can use discount code MOM15, and that is going to be in the cart area. So when I'm almost positive, I will double check, but when you go to your cart, before you go to payment, before you go to checkout, there is a place that says, do you have a promotional code? If you're doing it from your phone, I think it's, what I'm remembering is it's on the very top of your screen. So it is there, Vicki, but I agree, sometimes it's a little tricky to find it. Hello there, Teresa. I'm doing just great. Okay, now we're going to lift this up, and hopefully my shimmer gold isn't too, noticeable. It's not. You can't really tell. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I love that. Love it. Okay, now, do I want to clean this or do I just want to line it up? I'm thinking you just want to line it up. We're going to try to line it up without doing anything else here. I'm going to line it up like this. So the way you line it up is you just want to overlap where it's supposed to overlap, just a smidge. And you want to check all the way from the top to the bottom. Just want to make sure it's slightly, just so you can see a little teeny tiny bit of that other color peeking through. Okay, that's how you want to do it. And then you want to get your air bubbles out. Okay, now I did not, let me clean my hands. Yep, about to do that right now, Janet. Thank you. Hi, Linda and Jacqueline. How have you been, Jacqueline? Me too. I'm making candles. Nice. Nice. All right, so we're going to move this ink mat. Just like so. So I'm just going to go inside it and pull. Now, honestly, on the tote bag, you guys, whoops, here's it's all moving. The ink did not go through, but it is really nice to have something to hold your fabric. To hold your fabric down, okay? It is easier to ink that way, but it did not bleed through the thing. So, just so you know, this tote bag is thick enough that you don't really need to worry about it bleeding through to the other side. But what's so nice is that the ink mat just holds your fabric. But again, I think this size ink mat is perfect for shirts. Okay, now let's see. We're about to see, oh, that's a little bit off. I did all that and it's a little bit off. It's a tiny bit off and now I got color in there, but that's okay. I want it to be a little bit lower. Let's hope I didn't ruin it, even though you can kind of see a little bit. All right, we're gonna do that one more time. It's a lesson in cleaning your transfer, you guys. But I am fine with it. It will be fine. Okay, let's do this part. Proud probably after this time, I will clean it. Tell me what you're doing today. And like I said, we do have, like Vicki was saying about the discount code, you can use it through May 14th. And if you're a Perks member, you can use the discount code on top of your Perks price. So instead of your 30% off as Perks member, you will get your Perks price and then another 15% off of that price. I don't think it's exactly 45% off, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, and then we're just going to go to here, all the way across. Oh, I'm missing so many comments. You're crafting good. At least you know I'm paying attention. You are paying attention. Hi, Ginger. Ginger, how are you? You guys, Ginger is the one that did my nail show. My nail, do we call it a show? What do we call it? A party. Ginger, we're going on how many, 2.5 weeks of wearing these things. All right, I think I got it all good. All right, let's pull this up. Yeah, see, you can't really tell that I moved it. But don't be like me, you know, take your time. Think things through, clean your transfer. I just hate doing it in between. I just want to go and get it done. So I'm going to clean this super quick and then we'll do the last 2 sections. Isn't this so cool? I'm so glad I switched to nominee instead of red. I think the red would be pretty also. I think the red would be pretty also, but I think this is going to be better for this design. I think. Okay, so what you do when you clean these, you guys, I don't know if you can see in my drawer a little bit, is you want to take it to your sink. You want a pop-up. Ooh, we call it a pop-up party. It was a Facebook party. It was a pop-up on Facebook. Anyhow, you want to clean the front with regular water. You can take it to your sink. It's way easier to clean in your sink, I think, but I do this live so that you can see how to do it. You flip it over to the sticky side, and then you want to clean the back. I only do this live when I have to. Because you guys know, this is kind of boring, but it is something that needs to be done, and maybe you need to learn how to do it. So I do like to show it once in a while. So now the sticky side is up. And then what I do is I take a paper towel and I just go over the sticky side like this, just pulling up the majority of that water. And then if we were done, what you would do is this. Me too, Ginger. This is my fave. And I knew when I pulled that shimmer gold out, I thought, this can't be right. Why it was on top, I have no idea. I put it back on the backer sheet, and then I just take my paper towel and go like this. And really, this is just drying it. Now it's ready to use. I want to make sure it's really dry. It's also making sure that it's fully adhered to the backer sheet, and it'll keep your stickiness like a lot longer, okay? Okay, but we're going to use it again, but that was just a little teaching moment. Okay, so now we're going to line up going this way. All right, and just to get the rest of the bag, why don't I flip this around? And I'm not going to worry about moving my ink mat around. Well, I guess we can. We'll just move it the other way across the top. Isn't it so pretty? I love it, Pam. Absolutely love it. Now, guys, this month you can join my team half off. There are 2 ways to join. Why am I having trouble with this? Oh, it's stuck to the tag. Hang on. There are 2 ways to join my team. You can enroll for $10. You don't get any product that way, but you can just start, you know, you can build your own cart or whatever you like. Guess I got a little bit right there. You can join for $10. You still get $20 in design dollars. So guys, the cost as a designer is exactly the same as a Perks member. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same. Only as a designer, we have the opportunity to earn more design dollars as we go on. So more product credit, essentially. Is that right? I feel like it should be maybe the other side. Hang on. Just seems like, does 3 go to 2? I don't know. Hang on. I'm looking at this going, that doesn't, oh, there's probably another one. Never mind. Okay. Forget all those words I was saying out loud. It just looked wonky to me, but now I understand why it looked that way. Okay, anyway, being a designer and being a Perks member, the cost to you is exactly the same. You enroll for $20 normally, and you get your $20 in product credit right away. Perks members, you get to, you enjoy 30% off. Designers enjoy 40% off. That's the main, honestly, the main difference. Now, as a designer, you can build the business. You can do workshops. You can go live on Facebook. Most people don't want to do that, but you could. Just like I do. I provide tons of training. My team provides tons of training. You're not alone. I'm here with you all the time if you want to do that. If you decide to work it as a business, and then if you change your mind and you're doing it and you don't want to do it anymore, nobody's, there's no pressure. It's all up to you. Self-paced, I guess, is what I want to say. The other way to join, there's a kit available now that's normally, each month, it's only available to new designers. They get, it's normally $99, but it is $49 this month, and only new designers can get it. Like, if I could go buy it, I would, but they won't allow it. Only allowed to new designers, and I will show you what that kit looks like in just a second. I decided to go all the way up on the very top where the seam is. I'm thinking that's going to be cute. But again, you can choose. You do not have to buy the kit to enroll as a designer, but the only time to be able to get it is when you're brand new. You wouldn't be able to get it at another month. Okay, pull this up and then I'll show you that kit. Look at how easy that's lining up. You guys, I promise this one's easy. Do you sell all your stuff? Mine really doesn't keep its stickiness. Wait, Jacqueline, what doesn't keep your stickiness? That's all right, Ginger. See you later. It is a nice size bag. I agree, Vicki. What doesn't keep its stickiness, Jacqueline? Are you talking about your ink mat? I'm going to flip this over so I don't have to clean. Look at that. Look at me. Now let's just see if this all comes together. The way you know is when you get to the corner and you have to line up 2 sides. That's where it really shows. And you're like, oh, did I line this up right? Mostly it works. This is a little bit off right there. There we go. Tell me what you're having trouble with, what your stickiness problem is, and I will help you figure it out. Because I have really never had an issue with either my transfers or my ink mat. So maybe I can help you solve that problem. Okay, up and down. Okay, perfect. Janet, are you asking me if I sell the things that I make? Because obviously I sell all of these products, right? Because I know you bought from me, if that's what you're asking. Well, what I do is, if you've been on this page for a while, I've had people message me and ask to buy things that I've made, and I do sell things that way sometimes. But I don't I don't know, I don't push that, I guess, would be the words I'm looking for. I used to do a lot of gift giving, and I also, I do my mystery craft box giveaway. And so the things that I make and have made go in those, and I give those away every month. Jacqueline, I don't see your reply yet, so hopefully you're typing away and telling me what is not staying sticky for you. If it's your transfer, then that means you need to, I want to know, are you cleaning the sticky side with a board eraser, or what are you using? That's what I'd like to know from you. What are you using to clean your transfers with? And then once we get that out of the way, then we can, then if you're using a board eraser on the sticky side and you're getting all that lint off the back, then I have another question for you. All right, I'm getting all this bumpy area. This might have a little bleeding, but I'm just going for it here, because I'm not even sure if the transfer's stuck there or not. Okay, now guys, one thing I didn't mention, when you're working with ink on fabric, you want to use very firm pressure, okay? Firm, firm, firm. Because you want to make sure that fabric grabs the ink, okay, and stays on it. It's taken me a little practice, but you definitely want to, you want to use firm pressure, but just lift slowly, and if you miss any spots, this is adorable. What do you guys think? Hit that heart button for me. Either my comments have stopped or no one is commenting. So I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. I'm gonna refresh just to see. I'm gonna refresh just to see. Okay, this turned out amazing. All right, so what I'm gonna do next, I am gonna put this ink mat back in the center. So I'm gonna flip it around and put it right in the center, because I'm gonna put something over this, right in the middle. And I'm hoping this is gonna work out. Okay. All right, we're gonna see if my comments refresh. There we go. See, I knew there were more comments. All right, we're gonna keep that. Thank you, Jeanette. Okay, Mary says she loves it. Thank you. Okay, here's some other comments. Oh, shells would be a cute idea, but that's not what I was gonna use. My brain had a totally different idea. Jacqueline says my transfers. Okay, you're using a board eraser. So I would say, make sure that, hang on. Make sure that when you are cleaning your transfer that you are getting those corners really good. Sometimes I tend to hold it at the corners and clean this way. And then what I notice happens is that I'm not getting the edges. So what I started doing, let's pretend this is the transfer. I clean this way, and then I flip my transfer just around, and then I go this way with the board eraser on the sticky side, and I really make sure I get the corners really well. So there's that tip. And then the other thing that I would say this was the last spot I did. The other thing that I would say to make sure they're sticky is, did you see how I took when I put it back on the backer sheet, I dried it onto the backer sheet to make sure it was fully adhered to the back. I would never, do you let your transfers air dry? Tell me in the comments if you do that. Never let them air dry. They really like to be stuck to the backer sheet. Okay, they really like to be stuck to the backer sheet. So if you are letting them air dry, I would stop doing that. Okay, if you are, I don't know that you are. Okay, now, boy, I really like your seashell idea, Vicki, but sadly that's not what I was gonna do. And now I'm sad about it. Okay, doesn't matter. We're gonna just continue on with my idea. Okay, so now we're gonna use, this is called Treasure Island, you guys. There's a little excerpt on here from Treasure Island, and we have this really cute palm tree, okay? So I'm just deciding, do I want to put the excerpt on there or not? I'm just going to stick with my plan. I always tend to change it as we're going, so we're going to try this, okay? Now, when the difference between ink and paste, when you are layering your paste, you're going to wax in between. You do not do that, obviously, on fabric at all. Not necessary. If you're really worried about it, you can heat set this if you want. I never do, okay? So I wait and I heat set everything at the end. If you're worried about anything pulling up, you can dry this whole thing and then heat set it and then do your layers, okay? So I am going to do this. This is just how I'm going to do it. And in the end, if we don't like it, we'll change our minds. This will be a lesson in what not to do. Okay, so I'm just kind of, that's basically in the center. It's hard to tell because visually it's hard for me to tell. Me too, Jeanette. Okay, so we are going to get our air bubbles out. I really feel like it's over here, but I'm going to just trust myself. Here, let me do this. Okay, it's not. We're going to get our air bubbles out. We are going to use black ink. No idea if it off and then put it back on the other paper. No idea. Okay, Jacqueline, I don't understand what you're saying. No idea. Off, then put it back on the other paper that it comes on. That's dry it off. No, you dry it off and you put it immediately back on. Okay, so maybe just make sure your corners are lined up really well. That might help. And like I said, I notice that from time to time, but I think it's what's worked well for me is that when, like I said, turn your transfer, go the other way while you're cleaning it. My guess is you just need to get the lint off the corners. The other thing you can try, if none of that helps, is get a Clorox wipe and clean those corners really well, okay? Okay, so just put your ink on, use firm pressure, especially with these tiny, tiny letters, okay? Use firm pressure. Okay, just like so. And then get up your excess as best you can. Just a little bit goes a long way, so you just don't want to waste any of it. Put it back in your jar. Now I did put for the black, I did put ink single in there, but if you want a full jar, go ahead and grab it. You want to keep some wipes handy, you guys. I mean, boy, I'll tell you what, inking will really show me how often I get paste and ink on my hands. Because you just want to clean your hands really well every time, okay? Okay, then we're going to pull this. Now you can see where I did it darker and not as dark. So I'm going to go back into the center and press a little more firmly. I want it to look even. So just lift slowly. It's going to be mostly the same. It's fine. All right, we're going to call this good, okay? All right, so see how I just lifted it a little bit and then laid it back down? Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to not clean my transfer, as always, and then I'm going to use my backer sheet so that I don't have to clean it and it won't get black everywhere. But you want to dry in between. We'll see how this looks. So these are just the words. It's hopefully going to create just a little barrier between my palm tree and the background. I'm going on a limb with this one. Once this is dry, it's going to be fine. It is not going to pull off. You just want to make sure it's very dry. Okay, and then we're going to lay this back down. Now, this is the point where, in the program, where I'm not really sure if we are going to paint this in or if I'm going to like it a one and done. So we're about to find out. Okay, now for the trunk of this tree, I don't need black anymore. Hang on. For the trunk, we're going to do nominee again. But I'm going to get my multi-tool. All right. We're going to get nominee. I'm having trouble seeing it because, hang on. Okay, no, that's right. And then we're going to go straight down, all the way to the bottom. And I'm just going to peek at it and check and make sure, because with all the layers, it's a little bit hard to see. See, originally I was going to do the nautical rope in red. So we'll just see. I'm only lifting. I don't have to lift. I'm just lifting to make sure. We'll see how this goes. I don't know if I'm going to love it or not. We may have to change it. Hi, Deb Cobb. How are you? I'm glad you caught me. All right, then we're going to do the leaves in this Ever After color. And like I said, I'm not sure. I may need to paint it in. I don't know. We'll just have to see if we like it. I may have too many layers. The other thing you could do is mask off this area where the treasure island's going to be and not have the nautical rope underneath. Too late for me, but you could totally do that. Now this is our color of the month. The way you earn it is by having a $75 order in your cart, retail. And then when you go to checkout, you'll see, or in your cart, just where the promotional code goes, you're going to see that you can order up to 3 jars of this Ever After ink. It is a metallic green. It is really pretty. Okay, guys, well, we'll see how this looks. Hi, Amanda. That's okay. All right, let's pull this up. I want to see it first. All right, well, I don't know. You guys, I'm kind of like, I think I need my trunk in a new color. In like brown or something. So we are going to clean my transfer, and I'm going to lay it back down, and I'm going to fix it. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I have a brown that I made. You can make brown by mixing Meadow or this color, Ever After, with candy apple. Okay, you can make your own brown. That's kind of what I have sitting over there. So I think I'm going to do that because I think what I want. So this is what I think. Let me just rethink this whole thing. I want my green to pop up. So we're going to do a couple things. I'm just cleaning my transfer while I think about it because it's not really popping like I want it to. So we're going to fix it. What we're going to do is paint it in, and then we're going to, you'll see, we're going to paint it in. It was good, Amanda. It was really good. I was telling them at the beginning of the live that I was 8th in my age group. I was like in the top third. I don't know. I think I was I was over half. I don't know if I was actually in the top third, but it was over half overall. So that's good, considering they're, 20-year-olds running it. Now, my best time, I think, ever in a 10K, and I was in really good running shape, was like, I think it was either 54 minutes or 56 minutes. Today I was 104. Considering I'm not in that kind of running shape, I was happy with 104. Happy with 104. Okay, so let me just think this through. Oh, and then there's some little white flowers there you could do. Okay, we're going to dry, well, are we going to dry this? Okay, I'm going to paint in my leaves is what I'm going to do. Okay, so everywhere that we did the leaf, I'm going to paint it in. To make it more solid. This wasn't the plan, but this is what we're doing. Sometimes you have to go with the flow. So we're just going to paint in these leaves. Now, like I said, this is a metallic. I suppose I didn't have to tell you it wasn't part of the plan, but here we are This is real life crafting. Sometimes you have an idea and it just doesn't come out the way you're thinking. So I'm showing you what you can do to fix it. So I'm just getting rid of some of that background because it's kind of busy. And that way hopefully the palm tree will pop off the page. And then I'm thinking we might add something to it here. Hold with me here. See, now right here was actually like flowers, I guess. What kind of flowers hang off of a palm tree? I've never seen such a thing. Tell me what color the flowers would be. If you know about palm trees, this little area is like definitely flowers. I'm glad you're loving it, Lena. I'm not nervous, but I'm a little, We'll see how it's going to turn out here in a minute. I'm definitely going to change the trunk. We're going to do something darker. I think this would be pretty with like a lighter color. It should have done maybe a lighter color on the words, but I don't know. There's all kinds of ways to do this. I'm just giving it one more quick coat here. I didn't quite get it all. Anybody say what color? Nobody's commenting. Guys, if you're out there and you know what color these are, these flowers, well, let me know. I'm thinking I could just do, I could do white. Do I want them to be white or do I want them to be, because it, without it being, I guess, a contrast, it just looks, Well, let's do, okay guys, and then you know how I use this? You can just take a baby wipe and clean up your backer sheet. If you get ink or paste on it, it will clean right up, no big deal. Sometimes I use my board eraser. They're very shiny, they clean up really easy. Don't worry if you get stuff on these. They're flowers 100%. Right there, they're flowers. Like loopy flowers hanging there. So I'm not really sure. Staghorns, hangover, palm trees. Thank you, Janet. But it's usually on the trunk. Well, it's not. What color would they be? Coral would be good. All right, we're getting coral out. Thank you. I got to get my brown anyway while I'm over here. Coral. And my brown. Well, let's hope I have enough brown. Thank you, Janet. Okay, my brown is a little reddish brown because I made it with meadow and candy apple, so it's a little red. Oh, Kathy says they're yellow. Okay, Kathy. That's even better, actually. Red or coral. Jacqueline, now we're saying, well, I don't know. She said yellow. They said coral. Here we are. I'm going to do yellow just because it kind of goes with the bag. Okay, you guys, we're knee deep in this, so here we go. We're going to paint that yellow. This is yellow ink. Bumblebee. It is not in the cart link, but oh, lordy day, my eyeballs. You know what? I'm going to just do this. I can't even honestly really tell where they... Because we're going to go back over it. You might not even see that much of the yellow. We're just going to do this. You really are not going to see very much because just a little bit of the background is peeking through. So we'll see. I don't know. It's pretty detailed and this is very textured, so we might lose a little bit of it. So let's just see what that turns out like. Well, I don't know. The whole thing looks... But we're going to just go over this whole thing in brown, I think. I don't know. I keep going over it. I just want it to be, like, if you do see it, I want it to be a little bit bright. Okay, we'll see. We're going to see how this turns out. I mean, I don't know if they're supposed to be that. I think coral would be pretty, honestly, if you could see through it. Honestly, it's really small parts. But I'm wondering, do I want to go around it in brown, or do I just want to use... We're going to go with it. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to lay this transfer back down. And I'm honestly thinking I'm going to go over the trunk with my, I think I might just go over the whole thing in brown. That lined up actually really easily, so here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm just debating, should I do brown on the, we're just going to go for it. I'm going to overthink it. And then this live is going to be 7 days long. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So you can mix your ink just like you can mix your paste. It's totally allowed. This one is very thick, so I'm just going to press pretty hard to push that through. I need to add a little bit of water to it. So just like your paste, if your ink gets a little bit thick, you can totally add water. But I will say add less than you do with your paste because it's a little easier to get too much water in there. If that happens, just leave your jar open, like overnight or something. It'll be totally fine. But that happened to me, and I just had I had to leave, my white got really watered down, so I just left the jar open overnight. Okay, here we go. Cross those fingers. All right, I like the yellow. It's very subtle. All right, I am happy with it. Okay, yay. Now what I'm thinking we're gonna do, hit that heart button for me. Whew. That was a little tricky there for a minute. But it all worked out. Everything always works out. What do you guys think? I think it worked out pretty well. Now, I hope you like this next idea. I hope it works out also. I'm doing a lot of hoping and wishing and praying over here, aren't I? Listen, can you mix the paste? Jacqueline, you can. You can. Basically, if you want to make a color, thank you for the hearts. If you want to make a color, I need to grab some rope, so let me just move that over there. Hang on. Okay, if you want to make a color permanent, and I have done this, you can add a little bit of paste to your ink to dye. Essentially, you're like dyeing the ink, right, if you're mixing. And you can totally do that, okay? All right, and then I was thinking, we're just gonna go around the edge of this with some hot glue. Now, you should use fabric glue. Because obviously, if you wash this and you don't use fabric glue, it's gonna come off. Here, and another good habit is before you put your heat tool to it, you should remove your ink mat. Kathy Lang, thank you so much for the stars. You are amazing. Amazing. Okay. Now remember I said keep your ink mat cover, right? And you want to put this cover right back on. You want to press it on and you want to see it like gets darker so you know it's sticking. And that's going to prolong the stickiness, okay? And you can clean these. You definitely want one of these, okay? I actually might stick this one in here. It's a little easier to get. Okay, now let's dry this. And the point is, there's two reasons why you want to remove your ink mat. Number one, don't melt it like I almost did. And number two, you're welcome. Of course, you guys can always copy me. That's why I'm here. That is why I am here. You may copy me anytime. I'm here for inspiration. Anyway, you don't want to melt your ink mat. Also, what you don't want to happen is, well, it allows the air to flow through the fabric. And it will dry a little quicker. Me too. Honestly, it was pretty without this in the center, but I like a little extra, right? I may do the back with just the nautical, just to finish it. And I think it might actually make, you guys, I may make, a pillow with this nautical pattern also. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit at a time. Just put this little rope around it. Hang on, let me get my things. Just like this. We're going to go all the way around the edge. Like I said, get some fabric glue. They have fabric hot glue also, I believe. I'm just going all the way around. And I bought this on like a big spool from Amazon, but you could even get some chunkier whatever, jute string if you want. Okay, just trying to be very gentle. I'll let that dry. Right? I put the nautical knots on a propeller. Still not done, but it looks good. I bet so, Kathy. Okay. I think this is giving it just the finishing touch that it needed to have this right in the center. It looks like a little peekaboo window now. What do you guys think? Okay, I want to give that a second to dry. And then we're going to clip it. These scissors aren't very sharp. Okay, guys, what do you think? Hit the heart button for me, sprinkle the video, type the word nautical, check your messages. All right, here we go. Do you like it? I think it's cute. Cute, cute. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I so appreciate you all. You know I do. And we'll see you all very soon. I'm waiting for it to show over there. All right, guys, thank you. Have a great, great afternoon. We'll see you soon. Happy Mother's Day to everyone also for this Mother's Day weekend, right? All right, guys. See you. Bye.